Are Christians being killed in Nigeria, or it's just a propaganda? Are Muslims being killed, or it's just a cover-up? Is it a general thing or insecurity issue? Let's dive deeper, family. Recently, the US came out with the narrative of a Christian genocide. Let's watch this video.
If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians.
And honestly, family, we do not know what to call it anymore. We do not know what's going on underneath, because this seems like something is about to go down. But let's talk about this whole story. Prior to this time, this insecurity issue started in Nigeria in the early 2000s with the emergence of the Boko Haram group. The leader was Muhammad Yusuf. He was killed by the Nigerian police in 2009. Their aim then as the Boko Haram group was to uphold the principles of Islam. According to them, Boko Haram means Western education, Western influence and standard was forbidden. They did not want their people to be influenced by Western this and that, so they wanted to uphold the principles of Islam according to them. But in an altercation, their leader was killed in 2009, and then it turned deadly. This group turned into something else. They started seizing land, unaliving people, doing hideous things. Well, that period in Nigeria, family, we knew there was something fishy. There was something going on because kidnappings were on the rise. We felt they were against the government of that time. And Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was the then president of Nigeria at the time. Insecurity increased. They started bombing churches, mosques, places of worship, event centers. I mean, it was a whole lot. To the point where I was at a point close to the scene where this happened. It was a sore sight. Now, fast forward, recently we got an information from one of these leaders that they were the ones that planned all this during the president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's tenure. They did not want him to rule. They did not want this man, of course, he's not a Muslim or this or that. They did not want him to rule. So they brought about this in Nigeria simply because they wanted to uphold their own interests. Now, that's the kind of leadership we have in Nigeria. Let's watch this video.
Like I said, we know where these guys are. We know where they live. We know their parents.
You know them by the government.
Of course we do. They live with the same community we live.
So why is it difficult to get them?
That is the $1 million question that I should ask you.
We are trying to understand, for those of us who are not conversant with Zamfara, have never been there, and we hear you as the chief security officer speak tonight to say, you know these people, well, bet you can't get them. It's a head scratcher.
It is something that we are trying to all put our heads together. And that is why, from what I can do as a governor, to have this CPG as a first line of defense. Of course, military are there, police are there, as well as civilians, but they're not under my control. They're under the control of federal government.
So family, they twisted the whole thing. They started attacking Christians because that is how they wanted to paint it. They wanted us to feel as though they were against him. That's the terrorists, the Muslims were solely against him. But it was these political guys that formed these terror groups. And it escalated beyond what they could imagine. Now, fast forward to when Libya was attacked, Gaddafi was killed, the destabilization that led to what it is today, that led to what Libya is today. We saw the influx of the terrorist groups into the West African region, the Sahel region, Nigeria. I mean, it became something else. And then in 2015, that's 2015, this Islamist group, that's the Boko Haram group, swore their allegiance to ISIS. Let's check this out, family. Boko Haram swore allegiance to Islamic State in an audio message released by its leader, Abubakar Shekau, on March 7, 2015. So family, they swore allegiance to ISIS. And you know what that means. Let's watch the video of this man who says that They go to a place. If you do not want to accept Islam, they leave you. But if you do anyhow, it becomes force. Or they kill you. Or they unalive you. Let's watch the video.
Good morning, Nigerians. So, the president of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, thought that we are afraid of him. So, Mr. President, for your information, we are not afraid of you. Number one. I know the president might be confused that why is this boy speaking that way to him. So, Mr. President, if you haven't forgotten, you as the ECOWAS chairman had a meeting and have signed a law that anybody that abuse the beloved prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that is our beloved prophet, the messenger and the last prophet, whomever abuse him, you said that there is no any law or any consequences against him. So, Mr. President, for your information, your message has been delivered. After that, we want to tell you that, Mr. President, number one, you should know that you are not the president of the Muslim. You understand? You are the president of Nigeria. Number one, you are the chairman of ECOWAS. You are not the chairman of the Muslim. So, for your information, the president of Nigeria, let me tell you something. We are not afraid of you. We are not anybody that abuse the beloved prophet, anybody that abuse the prophet, Mr. President, believe me, you, that person is gone forever. Whether you like it or not, that person will be eliminated instantly, whether you like it or not, Mr. President. And let this one serve as a warning for you, Mr. President. We the Northerners are warning you. We are not even begging you. We are warning you. This one should serve as a last warning to you, the President. Let me tell you something. People are now here. Whatsoever that you are doing, people are just watching it. Don't engage yourself in religious matters, because as a president, you might cause war. Don't forget that you are from Lagos, while the majority of the Muslims are in the north. That means you are causing religious war in your country. So, Mr. President, let this one serve as a last warning. We are warning you. Hear it, Mr. President. You should hear it very well. We are warning you, not even begging you. We are warning you. This should serve as a last warning to you, and you shall go and remove that word that you have just made, Mr. President. Go and check back your words.
Family, let's talk about the Sharia law. Sharia law is a law that guides the Muslims. Earlier this year, they wanted to inaugurate Sharia panels and courts in Oyo State, Nigeria, in the southwestern part of Nigeria. And the southwestern part of Nigeria has Muslims and Christians. So implementing or inaugurating the Sharia courts means that that land is a Muslim land. And that is not how it's supposed to be. Currently, there are 12 states in Nigeria practicing the Sharia law. The Sharia law is for the Muslims. But wanting to implement it in a state that is not completely Islamic means there is a hidden agenda. Because why do you go to a Christian community to uphold the Sharia law? And if you check it out, family, these Boko Haram groups have infiltrated many states in Nigeria. We have 36 states. More than half of these states have been either bombed, attacked, people unalived by these groups. They've slowly entered into every state in Nigeria. Now, family, what's the Sharia law? Let's check it out. Sharia is a religious law of Islam, providing a moral and legal code for Muslims that governs all aspects of life, from personal conduct to business and family matters. Now, family, this Sharia law, you can be stoned, you can be beheaded if you do something wrong against what the Quran says. But now, family, we ask a question because we know so many Muslims who are peacekeepers, who are lovers of, Allah, who serve their God, but they are not preachers of war. So we wonder, is it the same Quran that they also pick this from, or there is something wrong? Family, then came the herders, farmers clash. the clash for farmland, for resources, for grazing land for their animals. These guys infiltrate a particular region. They go from region to region due to loss of grazing land. If they're in a particular region today and there is loss of grazing land for their animals, they move to another region. So what they do is they go to a region, they pay the community leaders and they freely graze on any farmer's land. When the farmers try to fight against them for grazing on their crops, they unalive those farmers or fight against them. And we've had Nigerian soldiers saying they wanted to go fight against these terrorists, these headers, but guess what? They were stopped. They weren't given the go-ahead. So is it a political thing or it's a genocide thing? Now, family, we are not done. Now, first, let's watch this video.
They wanted Nigeria to burn if Buhari did not become president in 2015. I contested alongside Buhari for Senate. I contested for Senate in 2011. You have it on YouTube. He said, blood, soaked in blood, the baboon and the, ever since he made that comment, I refused to go and campaign with Buhari. Refused completely. It didn't matter if I lost the Senate seat. I won it eventually. Insecure for a former president to say, you soak in blood. And then there was, Kaduna is my state. There was serious violence in Kaduna. Many houses were burnt. Emir's houses in Ongonsariki, them Naaba had their houses burnt and all that, simply because of a statement. They went and brought in people from those neighboring places in readiness to remove Jonathan by all means. So the desperation of people to get Jonathan out of power has built up and added to what we call insecurity in Nigeria today.
So you're inferring that all what we have seen over the last few years as insecurity is orchestrated.
Of course.
And it's political.
Of course. Last year around this time.
This narrative.
Last year around this time.
This
last
narrative.
year around this time. Whatever I tell you, I'll try to give you evidence.
Now, family, let's take Libya as an example, as a case study in this story, because we never knew there was an agreement between President Gaddafi and Nicolas Sarkozy, the former president of France, until this same Nicolas Sarkozy pushed for an attack. NATO attacked Libya. Libya was destabilized. Until today, it is still destabilized. According to reports, Nicolas Sarkozy was helped by Libya. He used Africa's money, Libya's money, to ascend the throne, only for him to, and they expected him to keep his own, and they expected him, that's Gaddafi expected him to keep to his own end of the bargain, but he did not, and then he pushed for NATO to attack. Does this mean that there is something going on that we do not know about? There is a fight for Nigeria that we do not know about. Because this issue of, we know there is a Christian genocide. We know Christians are being killed. We know people are being unalived on the daily in Nigeria. We know the cases of the banditry, the kidnappings. But the thing is, why is the Nigerian government quiet about it? Why is it that it was until they called out to President Donald Trump that the president decided to act on it? Now, the soldiers and the army all of a sudden know where these terrorists are. Mind you, family, from what we said earlier, these groups emerged as a distraction to the then president. They did not want him to rule, but it escalated beyond what they could handle. And right now, insecurity is the bane of Nigeria, but the leaders are so quiet about it. What's in it for them? And now we hear this, that the US government is interested. So family, what do you have to say about this story? Do you think Nigeria will be saved by the US, or it's the other way around? So we talk about Christians being killed in Nigeria. All this started as a political thing, but right now it has gone beyond what we can contain, beyond what they that started it in the first place can contain. The fight for resources, for relevance, for money is a greed that plagues African leaders. Look at Paul Biya. Look at the African leaders who have ruled for years and still keep us below the poverty line. Because we do not have access to basic necessities. Nigerians are suffering. And come 2026, of course, the Nigerian government will start collecting tax, 20% tax from all Nigerians. So, family, what do you have to say about this? Are Christians being killed in Nigeria? Yes, Christians are being killed. Is it just Christians that are being killed in Nigeria? No. A majority of it, that was the distraction they used, are Christians. And there is a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. Because this whole thing was started by the greediness of our leaders. And it's escalated beyond what they can handle. And right now, this is what we have in Nigeria. So yes, they can term it Christian genocide because that is what they see. Because Christians, of course, are being killed. In the northern and middle belt in Nigeria, Christians are scared of worshiping God. They cannot worship God because, of course, they feel it's not their land. We have people that were killed, a woman killed because she was out on evangelism, a lady killed in school because they said she spoke against Allah. So what do you have to say about this story, family? This is the current situation in Nigeria. And then the US says it's going to intervene. But are we really safe? Comment your thoughts and do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. And for more commentaries, download the Africa Diaspora News Channel app. My name is Lynient Akotonou.